Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Commentary as Magic stream on tonight, March 25th, 2018. I am, as always, Grandpaws.
I'm Emperor Bugle.
Big Cheese.
Arcat and special guest.
Cursed Chords.
Hey, Cursed. Glad to have you here again.
Always happy to be here.
So it's the end of the month, and you know what that means.
Fluttershy?
Yay?
It is not the end of the month. We're doing this early.
It's pretty close to the end of the month. It's the last Sunday of the month.
Oh, it actually, yeah, that's right.
By
Because the next one is
day.
actually the first. Yeah. Fair enough, fair enough.
And also, we're kind of, going to be at BabsCon. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I actually had forgotten that the next Sunday was the first. I thought it was still this month. But no, fair enough.
Also, being at a con.
There's that convention thing that's around the corner.
Anyway, what does it mean? Since clearly none of us know.
It means Fluttershy.
Yay!
Why does it mean Fluttershy?
Because every time you ask a question, Fluttershy?
Fluttershy?
The answer is never Fluttershy.
Well, regardless, the end of the month for Commentary as Magic usually means a patron stream. We like to make sure that we dedicate at least 1 week out of every month to reviewing decklist submissions from our patrons, and usually having a featured duel as well. And we have both of those things tonight. So before we go into the decklist submissions, we'd like to give a big thank you to all of our patrons for their support over time, including Cursed, who is here right now. Thank you, Cursed.
No problem.
And we will, of course, have information about that, those Patreon benefits at the end of the stream as well. For now, though, here's something that everybody will be able to enjoy regardless of whether or not you are a patron. Sim is going to BabsCon, if you hadn't heard over the last month and a half, as we've been shoving it down everyone's throats.
Posting and
saying it and mentioning it earlier in the stream and posting about it everywhere. And the fact that you might have heard of this convention.
This is the first I've heard of this.
What? People go to conventions for PonyCons? Like,
What's
Okay.
a PonyCon?
okay, to be fair, we
What
just
are
literally
pony cards?
just did a stream about this. I don't think we can get away with playing this dumb.
No. BabsCon is going to be a blast, and it's going to be going on starting this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's going to be the 30th, the 31st, and April 1st. That is not an April Fool's joke. We will be streaming on Easter.
morning.
And all, yes, in the morning. And all of the events, or at least the wide majority of events at BabsCon, are going to be available for you to watch here on our Twitch channel.
Live, even.
Live. And many of those events are going to have live commentary as well, provided by a pair of fantastic individuals, one of whom may be here right now. Hello, Cursed Chords.
This is the first I've heard of this. No,
Do
sorry.
not throw us under the bus like that.
No,
Master.
I definitely signed up for that. And
Just making sure. Because I had to crawl around in my car earlier today to replace something. I don't like being underneath vehicles. Thank you.
We also have Hithrock, who is going to be joining Cursed as our live commentator. And so it's sure to be a good time. Many of you may know Hithrock from the MLPCCG Discord channels.
Or from during Coco.
Or from during Coco, where he has a tendency to run pretty good decks.
it's
Speaking
going to
of...
be two control players doing the commentary.
Well,
Should be fun.
yeah, we're throwing you at Harmony.
Oh, this is going to be great. Man, what do these cards do? They're like aggro cards. What does that one do? I don't know.
I'm still questioning from during.
You're still questioning what? I'm sorry?
Ara said from during Coco. And that's an unusual phrase. But anyway, continue.
I English good.
So we will have all kinds of awesome events: limited draft, harmony tournament, core tournament, meme sealed, team sealed, meme sealed, and villain challenge, the premiere of Queen Chrysalis.
Teamwork.
I'm just glad it's limited draft, not the pesky constructed draft.
Hush you.
Constructed draft.
It's being smart. Dead King, when we say we will be streaming with commentary, no, we will. Well, yes, the results or the events will be recorded, but we are actually going to be broadcasting those live from the convention. So as you are watching on Twitch, that is occurring in real time along with commentary over the fact.
Well, delayed by like 30 seconds. Or
Okay,
actually a
sure,
minute, but
Yeah. I mean, however long it takes our mobile internet provider and Twitch to bother forwarding those delicious packets containing pony gameplay.
Yeah. So you'll be able to watch that live on our Twitch stream. You'll also be able to watch it as a recording on our YouTube channel later. With that, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the decks that our patrons have submitted over the last week for review. And as we bring up the first one, to clarify, not like panels or charity events. Yes, the card tournaments. I apologize. We should have clarified. All of the MLP CCG events that are being run at BabsCon are being put on by Commentary as Magic. So we will be streaming the events from our CCG room, the corner of the hotel that most of us will never leave, for about 72 hours.
But there's a vendor hall.
There's the bedroom.
yeah, the hotel room.
I mean, I guess we could just hunker down, have meals delivered. Showering is hard, though.
Uber Eats, yo. Hey, there's water service to these rooms.
There is.
Anyway, Ara, before we start talking about the logistics of showering inside a con
Nope.
space,
Nope.
let's go ahead and go
Nope.
to the first patron deck, please.
I can't even begin to express how much nope at the
We're done.
prospect of.
It's fine.
I'm not done noping yet. Okay, fine. Here.
All right, who does this deck submission come from? And tell us a little bit about it.
I believe this one is a Railershy deck. It is a casual Tempest control deck. And it's got Tempest, and it looks like there's a bunch of control cards there.
I do see a few control cards and several control colors. So, Bugle, are you getting flashbacks when you look at this thing?
I'm getting non-flashbacks and I wasn't even there.
You might want to see someone about that. This is very similar, at least on the surface, to a deck that placed quite highly, I believe, at BronyCon 2017.
Also Gen Con.
Was it also here at Gen Con?
Yeah, Cursed played it. And so did... well, one other person played it. I cannot remember his name right now. They'll come to me.
Gotcha. Similar to a list called Cruel Mistress.
Ivory Starlight.
Okay. And the deck tried to use Spoiled Rich along with Interdimensional Portal and Cruel Mistress to banish a lot of opposing friends while it slowly milled you out and confronted with Maud. Now, that was...
No, it didn't... No.
Oh,
You're
I'm sorry.
confusing decks.
I'm confusing decks.
This one had Twilight main.
Okay, it was Twilight.
And was just toolbox control. F-stop, gyro. Only orange was Applejack. Yes. Anyway.
What Railershy has tried to do here is to convert the spirit of this deck, at least, to the core format. Because there were many parts of that deck that were most definitely not core legal. F-stop, gyro.
Did he say that, or are we just
stop.
guessing that based off of the deck?
It's a pretty good guess based off the list. At least that is our impression from seeing the cards that are here. And for the most part, he should be able to get some of the experience of playing a control deck like that. But we do need to talk a little bit about some things that could be done to improve this list while still keeping it at the competitive level that he wanted, which was casual. And that's the first thing to talk about. When we're talking about a casual deck, that's not necessarily a meme deck, so it doesn't always have to be doing crazy off-the-wall things.
But it sure helps if you've got lots of Poppy.
It does help if you copy that Poppy to play a meme deck. It might just mean that he doesn't necessarily have access to all of the most competitive tools, or at least not multiple copies of all of those tools. It might also mean that he's intentionally not running some of them because some of his players in his playgroup might not enjoy that. Some people don't like playing against F-Stop all the time.
I mean...
Some of those people are also hypocrites and run nothing but F-Stop. Hi, everybody!
I mean, just because you hate it doesn't mean you won't run it.
Right, exactly. You just feel dirty inside.
I mean, yeah. It's like when I ran Pile 2 BronyCons ago. I did not want to play Pile, but it's what was winning.
Yeah, Realize is correct. You can't run F-Stop if you don't have him. That can definitely be a difficult thing to do. There are still ways to get Premier Packs at pretty affordable prices, and F-Stop's only a basic rare, so that's not too bad, but the set is quite large. Anyway, looking at this, let's go through the basic structures of deck building and see how this works, because even casual decks should be able to at least play their cards most of the time.
Yeah, so issue number 1, like some of you have probably already spotted issue number 2 and gone, oh, they're going to say it. That's issue 2. That is not issue 1 in this deck. Issue 1 is entry.
Yeah, issue 1 is going to be...
Has it?
He does not has it.
His entry in this deck is 1 Trading Traditions and 2 Motivational Speeches for a deck that is playing 3 colors. That is...
Calling it 3 colors is...
Well, it has cards of 3 different colors.
I mean, this is true.
If you're going to play Factory Jack off of Trading Traditions, you better have a motivational speech in your hand.
And it's fine to play Factory Jack off of Trading Traditions. Like, that's a very good play. But
yeah, absolutely.
It should not
need to have the white entry.
it should not come at the expense of being able to play every other card in your deck.
Yeah, you would at a minimum, if you're calling orange on Trading Traditions, you need at least like 3 motivational speeches and 3 singing barrels.
And we're down to 2 motivational speeches. So, issue number 1, which is taking higher priority than the thing I'm going to have Ara yell about here in a moment, which I know he's chomping at the bit for. I know you are. Also, horse puns. Yeah.
Okay.
And entry definitely should be shored up here. You're going to need more options. Motivational speech, unfortunately, is just not going to cut it. And even if you're naming white with Trading Traditions, that's 3 effective dead slots in your deck, because are you really going to want to play a motivational speech to play a Factory Jack, which is putting it an extra turn behind in terms of AT value?
Right. Yeah, it's not great. At that point, you should just be running Zecora if you're going to play a 3-cost AT gen.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even if you remove the Factory Jacks from this deck, I still think you need at minimum 3 more pieces of entry, because you have the Twilight and Rarities.
Yeah. So There's a number of ways you can do that. White entry is plentiful. Prim Hemline is one of the best options for that.
Prim Hemline is good.
Captain
Discord
Was isn't
is
bad.
good.
Yeah. And of course, Singing Barrel is just a house.
Yeah.
So, all good choices. Okay, Aura, you've been wanting to say it. Go ahead. Okay. I see one. What format are we in? This is a core deck. Now, Harmony, you can sometimes break that rule. Sometimes. You gotta have a good reason for doing so, though.
Gyro.
Gyro, F-stop, juggling routine, something. I also see one.
Yeah, you need to find the special beam cannon before you can spectacle special beam cannon.
Yes, that was Arcat speaking fairy. Were we not able to... Was everyone able to hear Ara there? Oh.
Oh, okay.
Ara, your mic is doing weird things here. Just a moment, everyone. We're going to get that fixed.
Well, while we're waiting on that, what Ara said basically is there is one resource removal in this deck, just the special beam cannon.
I mean, I assume you can hear me.
Now we can.
We can hear you. We don't know if chat can hear you.
Sound off if you can hear Arcat. Arcat, make some noise. Okay, there we go.
How do you feel about Thorax, your 1/2 Raifu?
Okay, he's back.
Okay. Anyway.
Also, there's no resource dismissal in here. I would just like to point out.
This is true.
There's
Can't
resource.
confirm.
There's resource banishment. In
Oh,
here.
that's interesting. Okay, I know what it was doing. Okay, I should quit doing that then.
Okay.
Okay. Now it's my turn to shout. Well,
Guessing.
this is a casual deck. Maybe fine. Maybe you can get away with not having blackmails in a casual deck, but I'm still going to bring it up. I just won't shout at you for it.
The other thing to look at here is some of these events are singleton, and there's not really a good reason for them. Sweep, sweep, sweep is not a very impactful event. And if you're wanting to run it because it's a fun card, that's completely fine. But there's not much of a reason to only run a single copy of it. Likewise, Betrayed is a little bit odd here as well. Betrayed is a fantastic card for combo decks as a very cheap piece of friend removal, and can be good if you have good synergies with Frightening. But to, again, only run a single piece, it's just a little suspect. There's not a lot of hard removal in here. There's 2 copies of It's Gonna Work, and 2 copies of the Spectacle, which can technically napcake something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it.
Yeah, there's no nap cakes except for there's spectacle, but there's no nap cakes.
And that's not actually nap cakes.
There's not. This might be an intentional choice because again, casual. There's no grubber troublemaker.
Yep.
So, do we have any insight besides just casual, like what the actual goal here is? Because it's difficult to say. For a control deck, especially, it's difficult to say what should change. At least I feel that, because typically control decks like to just lock the game out entirely, and if we're just going to suggest all the best tools for that, then we're not making it a casual deck.
Right.
Kind of a competitive deck at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think one thing that we should kind of point out here is it looks like this was at least structured off of a toolbox deck. If we look at the singleton events, Interdimensional Portal, Ponyville Emergency, Special Beam Cannon, Frozen in Magicite, Magical Misfire, Sweep, 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 Betrayed, Redeeming Qualities. This has the same basic structure as what you would see in a toolbox control deck. By that we mean a deck that runs a lot of singleton copies of cards and then usually finds ways to either replay those or find them specifically.
Yeah.
That doesn't really work in core. Both of the cards that really enabled that to happen efficiently, which were Gyro, which could tutor any event in your deck, and F-Stop, which could let you bring back any event in your discard pile, aren't core legal. There are some ways of bringing cards back from the discard pile. The Spectacle can do that, and Moondancer can do it. There's other cards we can get into as well. But without a means of being able to reliably find those pieces to begin with, and with the return options generally being somewhat limited, you're going to have a hard time making a toolbox-style control deck work in core. It's probably better to err on the side of consistency, just to make sure that you'll have cards that you'll be able to play and when you need them.
Now, it might still be fine to run only one redeeming qualities or one magical misfire, for example. But the control tools that you're going to be using the most, you should probably just run a full 3 of.
For sure. Anyway, hopefully that gives you some idea of where you can go with this list.
Yeah, as someone who has tried as hard as I have to make toolbox control work in core, I could just concur that it's not a path you want to step down if you want to have any free time left.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, you can make it work for some definition of work.
It's not going to work like core or like Harmony.
No, it's not going to work like
this
core.
deck has that card in it.
Yes, it does. All right. Let's move on and take a look at something that is a little bit easier to build in core.
I guess one last thing is that the problem deck is kind of also all over the place, and that's odd to me as well. Like, I think you could also make the problem deck more consistent as well. Like, Trash the Throne is not a great problem, for example.
It needs more blackmail.
It does.
I did mention blackmail. I'm just not shouting at him because this is a casual deck, right? Not a competitive deck. If he said this was competitive, I would be doing the shouting thing.
Entrance exams.
Yeah.
There are choices.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see what else we've got. This one comes from one of our patrons who is currently sitting here in Twitch chat right now. Hello, Rail Ice.
Yeah, we just got a bunch of Ray decks.
So this is a competitive Scootaloo aggro deck.
I don't actually see any cards with a competitive keyword here.
Ha ha.
It's blue and has no competitive.
Well, that was how blue rolled for the first 4 sets of the game, so yeah.
It just wasn't keyworded yet.
Arguably the first 6 sets.
Those don't count as sets. Those
Yeah.
count as expansions.
Fine.
That's why you don't get to use those in Premier Block.
So, Scootaloo's good at moving things.
Really?
Go figure. Right? And Blue-Yellow has some good synergies with movement. Blue-Yellow actually has quite a few strengths as well. And for the most part, the basic plan you've got going here with this deck is pretty good. Let's run down the initial checklist. Aura! What's step 1?
Well, according to the last bit, it was entry.
Okay, so let's take a look at entry. He's got 3 copies of Main 6 Underwater Explorers, 3 copies of Motivational Speech, and 1 copy of Fluttershy Kind Pony.
Yeah.
Fluttershy? For once, the answer to that is actually yes.
That seems a little light.
It is light, yes. I would prefer 8.
It's light for a couple reasons. Number 1, because Main 6 don't actually provide color when they interplay naturally. You've got to spend even more AT to be able to get them to get their color.
Typically, you're not spending the AT, you're moving them with Scootaloo.
I mean, sure.
But
which
yes,
works fine if your problem is concerning Cutie Mark.
yes.
But if that gets replaced, which we'll talk about later,
You might be in a little bit more trouble.
right. The Fluttershy Kind Pony is actually a fantastic card and something that we'll probably want to bring up to a full playset here.
But the other,
I am a little surprised I don't see the 2/2 problem.
If he's trying to make it harder for Skystar to actually DFO, I can understand why that would be. A turn 1 DFO from Skystar is pretty nasty. A turn 2 DFO from Skystar is a little bit less nasty and might give you the chance to confront with Scootaloo because you've got Loyal Pony and Lyra.
I mean, as
Yeah.
much of an
Well-
advocate of playing Skystar Chicken as I am, you don't play Skystar Chicken if you aren't Skystar.
Yeah. Also, Lyra has no text. She
Lyra does nothing.
yes, she has no text.
Cheese is still mad at Lyra. Lyra was not kind to Cheese in pre-release.
This deck also has a, he might actually be commenting on the fact that this deck has, 15-ish? 3, 6, 9, 15 non-friends, so she will whiff about a third of the time.
So we're going to try to adjust that a little bit. But first, before we go into the specific card adjustments, Aura, let's check the second box on the checklist.
How much resource dismissal? I see
Removal.
5.
I see 5 as well. Good job.
This is at least enough resource removal or dismissal or whatever.
For yellow, I agree that 5 is a much nicer number than 3.
Yeah.
Yellow can get away with it because all of the best yellow resource removal right now is modal, and it's great.
Yep. So resource removal looks good.
Yeah.
Other things that we'd like to look at for aggro decks are
Main
ways
flippability.
Main flippability?
Main
Image.
flippability. Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as resource dismissal, Pinky holds up a gem checkbox. Good job.
Realize says he ends up chump sacrificing Brian to anti-moving stuff half the time, and that's fine as long as you know that you're not going to need him later because you have no means of bringing him back.
Because your opponent's not running 20 resources.
I would say it's fine situationally.
Sure. If
If-
you're going to start a DFO.
Right. If the confronting now is more important than the resource that might show up later, then if you know that the opponent has resources that you need to get rid of ASAP, maybe you just take the hit. But that's something that's very case by case basis. That's the beauty of Brian. The fact that he's flexible, you can do either of those things and you're still getting value out of him.
Yeah. Let's look at a couple other things here. The ability for the main to flip. Bugle, you were talking about that.
Yeah.
Lyra, Loyal Pony, main 6, Fluttershy. All of these are playable on turn 2. Some of them on turn 1 to be able to help you flip. It's pretty good. I think we can make the main 6 a little better for the color entry, but otherwise you've got decent
That's 10
enough
options.
options. Yeah, it's pretty good. Something aggro decks have to struggle with a lot in this meta is dealing with opposing troublemakers. Good news for you.
You're playing blue-yellow.
Yeah, you don't give a yay about troublemakers.
So let's count the ways, right? So in a pinch, Dash and Bullet is a TM buster. We've got the 3 Fluttershys who just say, nope, I do not care about troublemakers for the entire turn. Even if you portal in, what's her name? Zeroed Out or Twilight and Rarity, I still don't care. And the 2 Changeling Changes, the 2 Yellow Song, and so on.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
Turning points, dilemmas. I think you're at close to like 10 pieces here, which is fine. And we're
more.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Changeling Can Change. I think that puts it at like 12, not counting immediate speed tricks.
And the dilemmas,
I counted dilemmas.
It's a lot.
It is, and we're actually going to keep it at a lot. But you have got so much resource or so much troublemaker busting that I think we can actually change some of it out to make things a little bit more efficient.
Yeah, too good job.
So let's take a look at a proposed revised deck list that we have here. We also adjusted the problem deck just slightly because it's very hard to get 4 yellow with your friends being as small as they are.
Also,
so I think
the main meta, we wanted to give
So
you an alternative
tiny.
choice.
Yeah. So we kept most of what you had going on here. We adjusted the entry slightly, moving to Thorax and Fluttershy instead of main 6, because although main 6 can get larger over time, any friend that gets too large is just going to be the target for immediate removal, and you'd rather not have your color entry be the target for removal more than it already is.
Meanwhile, if Thorax gets removed, that's fine. Your next Thorax is bigger.
Mandatory hissing.
Yep. You've got Shoeshine in the deck who can do a lot of work provided you've got the right bodies for her to get rid of. And Scootaloo generates a lot of free movement for you. So corralling critters is actually likely a better dilemma here for you than Buckball Championship. Likewise, Spitfire does a bit more work for you in creating extra bodies you can retire than Skystinger.
Yes.
You had a couple copies of Evervigilant and a couple copies of A Changeling Can Change, both of which had movement options, but you're already really good at movement. There is such a thing as too much focus on the movement, especially when it's going to end up hurting your other options. So a True Friend does a better job of providing you more useful modes, since you already have a bunch of TM busting, and you really didn't have any friends that you would be able to benefit the 3-cost discount from.
And it's cheaper.
Yes, and it is cheaper.
Yeah. And it's also 1/2 each problem. So if you have a dilemma, that's 3 moves instead of just 2. Granted, you can't move them to the same place, but with the amount of other movement you have, I think that's fine.
As a little trick here, if you absolutely need to play to your deck's options for removal, which are really just Rainbow Dash, Pony Pirate, and Fluttershy, Cullen the Dream Cavalry does give you the option to turn 1 AT into a Frighten.
Yeah. It turns your Pony Pirate into a Zap, which is nice.
And again, to better aid in giving Shoeshine some fodder, replacing to Griffinstone with Anxious Animals keeps your Confront requirement the same, ups the problem's bonus, which is especially important for you since you have no point acceleration in this deck outside of your problem deck. No Night Gliders, no Trihorn Bunyips.
Not even Back in Blacks. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, those are fixed cards.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, you do have some point acceleration, though. It's just tied to your problems.
Right.
But, yeah.
Overall, though, the core of the deck was fine. You had good means of flipping, good means of dealing with troublemakers, good resource removal, just a couple more efficient options that'll probably help you out.
Also, if you can find them, and we know they're sought after, but if you can find them, Scootaloo likes sticks.
I mean, every pony likes hitting other ponies with sticks.
Especially since, again, your removal options are pretty limited here. But just moving a 6-power main for free, pretty good.
That is pretty good.
So we'll wish you the best of luck with that. Blue-yellow goes fast. Hey, girl. I got you, blue. And yellow.
I see.
Did you just say I got you, blue?
I did just say. I did. Tough and Charming E6. We're going to go ahead and hold off on discussion of the premiere right now, just because some people may not have seen it yet, and we're already crunched for time focusing on CCG stuff on this stream. Other members of chat can feel free to chime in if they'd like, although do ask for spoilers first.
Yeah. I think one other thing that we wanted to briefly mention for the entry that we didn't bring up was the singing barrel instead of motivational speech. And the reason there is you don't have any yellow immediates, and Singing Barrel can dodge removal. And like, let's say the opponent has a Rest in Pieces or a Bewitched Beavers, right? Then your motivational speech makes you sad. But Singing Barrel is it lasts until the end of turn, and you can bring it back later to play it again if absolutely necessary. So it just seemed like the better choice in this deck.
It lets you dodge main phase removal too, as well.
Yeah, that too.
So we'll be curious to hear how this deck does. This might be a great thing to try out in the upcoming Coco tournament. Speaking of which, before we go into our duel here, reminder that signups for Coco number 4 are going to open tomorrow. You'll have 2 weeks to look over all the decks from Coco number 3, your own collection, and whatever appears at BabsCon to help you make a decision.
Speaking of Coco 3, we're still waiting on 2 matches before we can publish round 3.
Yes.
And
So-
people could actually play their round 3 games
At Babs, yes.
Babs.
Yes, you could. Imagine that, playing games in person.
Hogwash.
Okay.
Okay, time for the main event.
Yes.
Oh boy. Here we go.
So some of our viewers may have seen previous duels with these rules before.
The rules for Blitz rules, yes.
Yes, the Blitz rules. For those of you who have not, Blitz Ponies is something that was spontaneously created at like, I don't know, it was like 9 or 10 at night, wasn't it, Cheese?
It was pretty late.
It wasn't quite combo o'clock.
Not yet. That's why the decks are not all.
Not that good.
They would be so much better if we did it later.
Clearly. Blitz Ponies is a challenge that is issued from one player to another, where they choose a format and they choose a restriction. In this case, the restriction is each of our competitors, Aracat and Cursed Chords, selected 3 main characters that they gave their opponent the option of playing. And using one of those 3 main characters, players would have 10 minutes to build a deck.
An otherwise constructed legal deck. In
Right.
this case, I believe we chose to restrict it to core format.
No, we're
Oh, no, right. This was
No.
Harmony. That's right,
No.
because
Yeah.
you did a thing.
Yeah. So I'm still confused. How is this a challenge again?
How this is a challenge is one day Cursus was like, hey, Ara, fight me!
The definition of a challenge.
This is mostly a challenge because you're not allowed to build a meta deck.
Right.
You're not allowed to sit there and just put together a list that already exists or is already well known or is very, very similar to something that's already well known, because that's boring. If we're going to put people under a time restraint to build a deck from scratch, let's make it at least somewhat original.
Yeah. Don't build Zipper Will and change one card.
Yep. So
I
there's...
really wanted to do that last time.
I know
Can I-
you did.
Can I change 2?
No. There is an administrator who is present, an officiator, whose decision it is as to whether or not these decks are too close to meta lists. In this case, I was the officiator. So, without much further ado...
Well, you have to say what the penalty is.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. In the event that a player's list is either not complete or is too close to a meta,
In the officiator's opinion.
in the officiator's opinion, I reserve the right to edit that deck as I see fit.
Okay. Real quick, since Realize just asked a question about their deck, and better to answer it now than after the entire stream. He asked about adding uneven ground as a sort of anti-control. I have thoughts about uneven ground in aggro decks. These are not common thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, fair enough.
We'll go ahead and get you an answer in the text chat as we go
Yeah,
through.
Fair enough. Yeah,
as we
we've
go through
got
the video.
time.
It's
Or not time, whatever.
That's a very interesting subject.
Yeah.
And
I
a
have
lot
opinions.
of it. Yes, I believe we all have opinions on this one.
Yes, we do. While we share those opinions, do we want to jump into the deck building portion of our video here?
Yeah, I think so. It is worth noting, however, that Cursed has been thinking about this for what, at least a month ahead of time?
Oh, he did troll you pretty good with the main selection. That's right.
Oh, he thought he trolled me pretty good. I don't think it actually worked. But Cursed went into this basically like he had a plan. And you'll see why this is important in a moment.
I do take restrictions pretty seriously in Blitz challenges.
He had a plan indeed. Anyway, so now without further ado, if everyone's ready.
Is Beagle ready?
Is Beagle ready?
Yes.
I don't know. Let's go.
Yep. So Ara is still selecting his main characters. Cursed, you already know what you're giving him, don't you?
Yes, I've known for weeks now, actually.
Oh dear. All right, well, I guess I need to be slightly mean then. I need to give you a Celestia.
So I noticed that
Don't reveal
this time
everything
Cursed did not include
but yes, it's probably
A
fitting for Cursed.
Celestia.
a meta deck, or a meta main. Because against me, he included
That would be very strategic. Give me a
I forget her
I'm gonna
name.
choose.
Princess Twilight to try and force you to choose
Yeah.
a specific deck.
I'm laughing
Yes.
really, really hard right
That's
now.
called the
Reasons
Wizard's
we will find out
Choice.
shortly.
I chose her anyway.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we will wait for Ara to make his main selection here.
So let's see. Ara has added.
Yeah.
Three
I
mains
think this
already.
is good.
Okay, so
Skulu, Grubber,
You got
Queen
everything?
Chrissy.
yeah.
Celestia.
Okay.
He keeps trying to claim they're Celestials.
All right,
There are no
So
Celestials.
that
Celestials.
sounds like a.
Cursed, why don't you go ahead and link your main selection?
That sounds like he's trying to do
sorry.
the Wizard's Choice
Pardon,
himself,
is it
giving
you
him
again?
Scootaloo.
No, you can link it directly here in the channel.
I see.
Anyway,
I haven't seen our.
Oh, actually, yes. So just a moment. We'll get a little bit of silence so you can cut.
so which mains would you choose in these
All right.
situations?
Cursed, are you ready
I
to
would
reveal your main
choose
selections for Arakat?
Thorax.
Yes.
All right. Arakat, here are your
I would actually
mains.
choose
Cursed,
Glimmer.
tell us, what is he looking at?
I expect
we have
Cursed to
Absolute
expect
Discord,
you to pick Thorax.
Discord Bending the Rules, the pink one. From Marks and Time, we have
You think
Which-
Glimmer,
you think
Which
Ara
Starlight is
would
this?
choose the traitor?
and from Defenders of Requester, we have Thorax.
Yeah,
the
that
Change one.
too. Ara wouldn't choose Thorax.
Because of course.
Now, Ara, you seem to imply that there's some did we already mention the selected? Oh, never mind. What were you trying to go for with these?
Oh,
yeah.
we're getting the master plan.
You are just sad that you couldn't add a Trixie to this.
I am sad that Trixie. I am very the same sad. Color and there's only one of each.
Oh, that's the plan. Yeah, okay.
Okay, looks like Ara picked.
Wait, what was it? I did not
It's-
hear.
It's the
Arakat.
the
Are you ready to
Defenders
reveal-
against of Equestria.
Okay, I picked up on this. Of course I figured this out.
Are you ready to
Yeah,
reveal your
it's
main
the
selection,
characters. I didn't actually pick up on that.
Cursed? All right. Cursed, here are your mains.
Which Starlight? What's her ability?
Ara, what have you selected?
When
for
you
Cursed
flip
players
her,
to choose
you
from?
ready your character.
So
You get
there's
another
a
ready
random hedgehog
phase.
because why not?
Sorry, you get what?
There's Scootaloo
Another
because-
ready phase? Yeah, okay, it's
Yeah.
that one.
Hey, look, a
Yeah,
good main.
I would
if
honestly-
I think I know what he's doing. Then maybe I can counter it.
Actually,
and then there's the
you know what?
Celestia.
Thank you.
Oh, there's
Oh,
I get it. Yeah, there's
okay.
the
I'm pretty certain one of those isn't
Celestia.
It's Celestia.
Uh huh.
You sure it's Celestia?
Yes. Positive.
Okay,
Is
so
it
what's your
also
guesses for
Luna?
who picks what?
I think Ara's going to pick Discord, and Cursed is going to pick Scootaloo.
No comment.
All right. Well, this is going to be an interesting.
I don't
choice
like
for
Discord,
each of our
but
challengers.
No, I think
Or
he
competitors.
would
As I
prefer
mentioned, they
Discord
will
over
each
the
have
other two.
10 minutes to construct a Harmony legal deck that must be noticeably different from any major meta decks. Which honestly
Let's see
shouldn't
what they
be too
pick.
hard because Harmony's meta right now is somewhat unknown. Just don't go building toolbox control and I think we'll be fine.
Wouldn't it be kind of hard to build toolbox with these mains?
When each of our competitors is ready,
Not really.
start the timer for 10 minutes and we'll let them build in as much silence or as much conversation as they feel is
Okay,
appropriate.
the timer's about to
Well,
start.
This is terrible because I know what I want to do, but then you're just going to reject it for being a meta deck.
Probably so.
Ara's calling himself out on
All right.
being rejected already.
I'm ready over here.
Cursed, you're ready. Aracat, are you ready?
As ready as I'm going to be.
All right, you will each have 10 minutes. Ready, set, go.
And windmill slam these two out of the deck because I'm not even going to look at them.
Yeah.
Okay, so Discord and
Discord
seems Grubber.
And Grubber. Okay. I think Cursed said, "I see your wizard's choice. I will not play into it." Okay, so if you have Discord, that gives you like turn 1 Snips and Snails. So I think you have to run that, right?
Which Snips and Snails is he looking for? A multicolored Snips and Snails?
No, he added problem solvers already.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
have to run that.
I saw him there and I was like, why hasn't he clicked it yet? Because I think I was looking at Cursed's.
Yeah.
Cursed is way
Cursed's-
ahead right now.
Yeah. It's got big eaters.
See,
He's
think
playing
he's-
pink.
yeah, so it seems he's
Orange
adding
here.
one-ofs of cards that he's interested in.
Yes, that's
Which
how I
is-
would do it as
I
well,
don't know
and
what's
then
in
you
these
Yeah,
cards.
make
I
it
think
3
that's what I did when I did it.
So we've got Sneaky Snakes, we've got Pinky and Sky. Oh, is he just building not one small thing here? Okay, Shelly and Sheldon, that's
Pro
different.
tip, remember to turn draft mode off because that's totally an illegal deck right now.
I was waiting to see if you'd recognize that.
That would have been funny.
Why did you even? Oh, I know why draft mode was on.
'Cause of
you
the
have
3
to do
mains.
that for the mains.
Yeah.
But
So
it's still on.
Haven
it looks
Bay,
like.
Belly Flop, Desert Road, Holiday Spirit.
There's a lot of cards over here.
Yeah.
It's gonna have an interesting time
Snails,
paring
not
it
thinking
down.
about it. So this is looking like pink orange aggro.
Yeah, I mean these are both looking like aggro decks.
Yes.
Grubber, like I haven't built any decks with Grubber, so
I mean, I built a draft deck with him and then won, but I had a
I
stick, so
didn't-
that's not really fair.
it's like whatever. You could have been running Capper.
Okay.
I am very loath to make this choice, but I rather
I think
suspect that
Ara-
I have to add
oh.
this, even though I don't want to. Oh wait, we're in Harmony, aren't we? Ah, we're getting him.
Yes, we are.
Deliberately avoiding the traitor here.
I'd imagine staff is just automatically meta no matter what the rest of the deck is.
I like that
Not
comment.
going to necessarily remove
Okay.
staff just because it's a meta card.
So, you know what
In the
I'm
same way
not
that
seeing
not
yet
going to
in this
remove
pink
trade
yellow deck?
intuitions because it's a meta card.
What?
Any removal?
But does it have
That
entry?
might be a little too
Let's
spiteful
check
on
the
my
Yes.
part.
entry.
It has Sun Shower.
It has Joyous Sea Pony. Well, there's both decks, but wait, what's his main? Oh, sorry, his main is
It's
pink.
Discord. Yeah.
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 So
he,
so
he needs
Coco
yellow entry.
No, Coco Pomela's entry.
Oh, right.
And is no
Like-
Brian is no it's-
Brian is technically entry, but only situationally and only if you're lucky.
It's the flip, yeah.
Oh,
As
but he's using
opposed
trading
to
traditions, which is fun with Discord because that makes your 3/3
everything
entry.
yeah, okay. Well, yeah.
He should run Barrel though, because Barrel is 2 AT flip your Discord.
That is pretty good.
So we've got Remarkable over here. Like I think he's still figuring out what cards he wants to add.
Oh, he was at his
Wonder
main 6.
why he jumped to pink-orange right away. Have we seen him add Party Hard yet?
Let's see. Go ahead and party hard.
Scroll down. Scroll down. Oh, he's in Equestria Odysseys. Oh yeah, that's where it is. Problems.
Yeah, you do need to add problems to these decks.
Yeah, but he was looking for multicolor problems, and we don't have any. That's not how Ponyhead works. And it infuriates me. What's going on over here? Still no... Oh, there's main 6. So we gotta ban this just for being a meta deck for just having main 6, right?
I don't see what, like... Yeah.
It also
5
has
minutes
Beaker
remaining.
Hearts.
Okay, they have 5 minutes.
Aura is 1 card and 9 problems off from having a deck at least. Cursed has a ways to go.
Yeah, I think he might have... So he's at 19 one-ofs, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is... It's 15 3-ofs is 45 cards, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So he's not in that bad of a spot right now.
If you just click, 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 click.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has 5 minutes. Oh, Aura's now 2 cards away instead of 1. He's cut cards.
Does
Or is that 40? No, that's 45. My bad.
Yeah, he's at 45 now. Does Aura have any removal?
If he does, it's off the bottom of the screen.
Oh, he has belly flop.
He's belly flop. So
He has a single belly flop. Or is that 3 of? No, that's 3. Okay, 3 of
yeah,
belly
that's
flop.
3.
Okay, got removal. Does he have resource removal, though? Brian.
He has Beaker
so
Hearts
yes.
and Brian, yeah. So he's got plenty of resource removal.
So he's got entry,
So
he's got
right now,
removal,
I
and
don't
resource
think either
removal.
deck has any resources.
Looks like it. Let's see, what removal does Cursed have?
Limestone Pie.
He's got belly flops.
A single desert road, so there is resources.
And it does
Okay.
look like Aura's stream froze, but his deck was basically completed.
Yeah, we missed seeing him add problems, but we'll see those in the final list.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll just focus on Cursed's deck then. So he's running Applejack Honest Pony.
Is that the
Yes.
the CN
Yes.
one?
No.
Not real sure.
Honest
This is
CN?
difficult for me, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Honest Pony is the entry that everyone hates and thinks is worse than Trixie, despite being strictly better than Trixie.
It's worse than Trixie because it makes you think that it has something useful.
It does have something useful in one deck.
Yes. In pink orange, actually.
Yes.
But he's not. Cursed hasn't added those cards yet.
No, he is not. Don't be hating on my Honest Pony. I love Honest Pony now.
This is a surprisingly.
Now that this size,
He doesn't even have
I
Carbo
don't
Loader
have
yet.
the number of each card that I have in the deck visible.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So let's see.
So Limestone, Iron Will, Captain Jack,
Yeah, Captain Jack.
Berry Flop rather, and Bailout. That's his removal option. So he has considerably more than Aura, actually.
I'm actually not really familiar with some of these orange cards.
Like what?
Okay,
Snips?
the multicolored ones
Toe Tapper and Haven Bay? They're amazing.
and snips.
So I don't actually like Haven Bay in this deck. I really don't think Haven Bay is good unless you're running Applejack.
So does he
main.
have Zap Apples and Desert Road, or did he get rid of Desert Road?
He has Zap Apples. I think he still has Desert Road.
Let's see. Oh, so for removal...
No, he took out Desert Road.
Yeah. So he has hard removal in belly flop and soft removal in bailout.
And Iron Will and Limestone.
Iron Will is so
You need those.
situationally.
He's still removal.
I'll count Limestone.
The turn you play Iron Will, he is usually removed.
Oh, where'd it go?
Oh, and up to 2 Catajacks.
Yes.
This is interesting.
It's a deck.
It's got
I'm
Like-
not sure how it's going to work, but it doesn't it's not bad. I think he might have a little too much entry though. Since he has trading
Sounds like it.
traditions and a full play set of lilies, full play set of 2 different Pinkie Pies, Haven Bay, and Toe Tapper. Okay, only 2
But-
Toe Tappers, but
but
still,
all
that
of
is a lot of entry.
all of the pink entry does something.
All right, players.
Sure.
it is time.
Like
please.
Yep,
But I think it's
they
still
had time.
too much. Okay, well that's time.
So they both have, well, we're assuming completed decks.
Yes. So the links were submitted on time,
Cool.
and
So
We
before
were-
we do that, let's take a look at what we turned in.
yes, let's do that.
And here
Must find a
is
link.
Cursed's deck.
No, where'd I put it?
Cursed, do you want to share a couple thoughts on this?
Yeah, I just kind of flashed to orange pink. I picked Grubber because I think the Sequestria mains are generally good in Blitz because they're guaranteed flips, and Scootaloo seemed like, I don't really know aggro. I was kind of probably going to have a hard time doing something that wasn't meta. So that was that, and I just kind of flashed to orange pink because I don't know, it seemed good. I was concerned midway through the build actually that it was getting a little too meta. That's why I explicitly didn't put Smart Cookie in there because I thought that would be too.
Though speaking of Scootaloo, I think that's actually the right choice because you gave him Discord, which could, as we said, do turn 1 Sips and Snails, which would just ruin your Scootaloo's day.
As you actually correctly predicted, I was expecting Ara to pick Starlight.
Oh, okay.
My assumption was that Discord was too complicated to make work properly in 10 minutes.
Too complicated? What?
Oh no, we've
He just flips.
Yeah, he's just an exercise in trigger management. The rest of it's not
So-
that difficult.
So I'm just sad that you're in pink and orange. You didn't even try. I'm going to assume you just assumed GP would have swatted you down.
well, I think we had just played a game with Pink, Orange, and Party Hard like a day before this stream or something like that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so
I'm not going to say I would have instantly been like, that's too meta, but I would have scrutinized it.
But you're not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens.
I'm not saying it was aliens,
You were certainly thinking it loudly.
but if you can imagine my hair being crazy and me holding my hands up to it right now.
yeah, I do like both Snips and Apple Bloom for fuel for Zap apples, by the way. Anyway, I think
Let's look at
Okay,
what
cool.
look at what Ara submitted. Ara, what'd you submit?
I submitted this little monstrosity right here. And most of this at least felt fairly obvious to me. I've got Discord. That means I've got 3 rec in pink right off the bat, so Snips and Snails is an obvious natural inclusion.
yeah.
The trading tradition says, hey, here's this entire other world of fun things that you have access to right off the bat. Here's resource dismissal. I'm deliberately running Coco over the trader to the hive.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So this is
Could have
a
at
very
least run
well.
Sun Shower. Oh, you did.
Yes, he did. It's a very well put together deck, but that's part of the problem. Is belly flop, Pinky and Skystar, Sneaky Snake, Celestia, Kind Pony, Brian, Main 6, Bait and Switch, Sea Ponies, Joyous Ponies. Like, it's all a little close to more than one small thing for my taste. There are some pieces in here that are different. Shelly and Sheldon are definitely different. PFF goes very well with main 6, but is not commonly run, and Snips and Snails obviously isn't because it's not core legal.
Norse Coco.
But it still felt just a little close for my taste. So I gave it a little tap. Do we want to see what it looked like post-tap?
45 freezies, even though it's not possible.
Before we started, he was threatening Breezes, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to build Friendship Express. Give me all the Breezes you got. You're gonna have to take Breezes out of my deck.
Wow, there's a lot more Discord all of a sudden.
That was my thought was, you know what, you're playing Discord bending the rules, and Discord is very egotistical, and I didn't see nearly enough Discord in this deck, so we're going to add some Discord.
I think that's the only thing you added was Discord.
Yes, I added Discord-related cards. I added Discord for entry in place of Coco. I added Discord in place of Bait and Switch. I took out Pinky and Skystar, and I added Bathrobes.
I'm honestly surprised you let him keep main 6 Sneaky Snake.
I wasn't going to take one piece without taking the other, and that was fine. And I couldn't take Sneaky Snake.
I need a way for troublemakers, other than just Snips and Snails.
There were Discords there.
I kind of removed my.
So, I don't know if this is going to happen, but I really hope this happens. I really, really hope that he retires Gone Cuckoo to redeem Discord. I really hope that happens in this match.
I'm not going to lie, that came really close to happening. It didn't. Spoilers.
Aww.
But it came really close.
Aww.
I also
sad.
just wanted to make a point because I know I'm not allowed to say anything during the stream. You mentioned Bugle that my deck possibly had too much entry in it. My opening hand, which you're probably not going to be able to see on the stream, did have, I think, something like 6 cards, so 4 pieces of pink entry in it. Yeah. And it actually did end up being important, which you'll see.
For
Okay.
obvious reasons.
Well, the fun of building a deck in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So are we ready to actually see what happens?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, all right then. Let's press the button. And
Tell us
go.
when.
Who you want to go first? Maybe Tony, Spiral?
Sure. Why don't you go first?
Now we're keeping the volume low for this, is that correct?
Yes, we're playing this in fast motion, merely because the game took 90 minutes or something.
I was wondering why
Oh,
the
dear.
sound was weird.
Okay, so no sound.
I'm keeping.
Even though I chose Discord, right?
Wait.
It works.
Aggro versus aggro took 90. Oh boy.
At the start of your turn, you may look at the top card of any problem deck. At the end of each opponent's turn, if that opponent played at least 2 cards that turn this card over. This side, when you play a card, if you play at least 2 cards this turn this card over.
Ara sounds nothing like Ara when played back at high speed.
Okay. So I'll keep my hand. You keeping yours?
Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, so Ara's going first
Yeah, it's okay.
Alrighty.
and is repeatedly rolling a dice.
Okay. Trading tradition. So when you turn yellow at the start of
He was
the-
trying to get his trading tradition die by rolling it,
Yellow.
and it wasn't working.
Is pink.
So he just gave up.
Yeah, I may only look at it. I can't do anything to it. Okay, yours is pink. Where am I? Where am I? Alright, game 2. And because I've got a flip Discord, Snips and Snails, your problem, blow it up. Okay.
Turn 1, Snips and Snails.
This is why I was cackling.
That happened.
And it's
Yep.
6-6, I believe.
I said that was a thing, and Ara said that was a thing, and then it was a thing.
Oh, that's my turn. Here we go. Alright.
Who would have guessed?
I believe Cursed is contemplating his turn here.
Game 2.
Oh, passing. And then Ara passed, I think.
Draw card.
Oh, boy.
Wait, what is Discord's trigger?
When you play 2 cards.
No, apparently he has a start of turn trigger.
Oh yes, you can look at the top of a
Discord sneaky snack at my problem.
card of a problem deck. You can't do anything with it. You can just see it.
And pass.
Okay.
It's because they needed to give him something, but it couldn't be too strong because you start with it. So they just gave him some information. Honestly, it's fine.
It was funnier when I thought the face-up problem was the top card of the problem deck.
You get to look at them.
Okay.
Okay, so
Exhausting Sneaky Snake and flip it. Oh, and playing a Pinky, so that lets him confront and flip Discord. Not a bad play. That's exactly why I expected him to. I didn't think he was going to confront, but or at least not there. Like if he was going to confront at Trading Traditions instead. But I did think he was going to try and flip Discord because that's what you do. Though it's less relevant.
why
when you've already got a
was
snake
there a
out.
power counter on AJ? Oh, from the problem ability. Okay.
Yes.
Game 2. Let's pay 2 and play early mare to my problem.
Erlen Mare.
Not confronting your go.
Beaker
So-
Hearts.
Erlen Mare. He did say that, didn't he? It's the Lemon Hearts. But
It's Beaker Hearts.
you guys know that one of my locals has a plush of Lemon Hearts with a beaker on her head? It is amazing.
More Pinkie Pie. So that's a DFO.
My problem? Well, I'll confront both. Yes. Okay. I got this.
This is quite the
Yeah.
aggro.
I'm not a fan of using dice to represent temporary power and power counters, though.
You're gonna win that.
That just makes things confusing.
They're different types of dice. It's fine.
Okay, so
Also, what else are you gonna use? Like,
ooh, what do you name here? See, I don't even think I would use that problem with Blitz opponents. You have no idea what your
Yeah.
opponent is using.
yeah.
Okay, what does he do?
Did they see each other's deck before it started?
Oh, I don't know.
7 and 9. Yes, that's right. That's important too, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, they did not.
Well, it's the same as yours right now, so not as important.
So I couldn't catch what he named. What did he name?
I'm gonna name Fluttershy Kind Pony.
He hasn't named anything yet. Fluttershy Kind Pony.
Swing and miss.
Oh, okay. Look at all those expensive cards. And then 2
Wow,
belly
that
flops.
is terrible. 2 main 6, 2 belly flop, and a Discord.
So that's actually kind of scary. 2 main 6 when like knowing the opponent has main 6 and has Sneaky Snake in play. Because at any time now, your entire board just goes away.
Alright, game 3.
Though he only has 3 pink rec right.
He only had, yeah, because he hasn't flipped. And he's not going to anytime soon.
Yeah. Not with those cards. He'd have to throw away both of his
Save up.
friends.
Well, yeah, save up the. Well, yeah.
Everything was 4 rec except
Save
for the
up.
belly flops.
Oh, yeah, I was like, no, he could play Discord. Oh, wait, no, it's 4.
Yeah, everything was 4 rec except for the belly flops.
I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to bank.
That is perhaps a little bit expected.
And I don't think removing both your friends to flip your main is worth.
Okay, so Ara banked 3 AT.
You are correct.
Using the proper terminology ats. And Ara's at 0 points right now?
Ara is at 0 points. Cursed should be at 4. And it looks like. Yeah.
Looks like he's at 4, yeah.
Yeah, he's at 4.
Toe tapper.
Toe Tapper! I don't know that I would have played Toe Tapper if I only had 3 AT, though.
Sorry, I'm discarded. User.
I mean, it's not the worst play for sure, but like you don't know what you want to discard because you can't play anything.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I see. Okay. Game 3 up to 6. And draw a card.
And it's not like I need to play something or I have to discard because
Right, yeah,
you're
'cause
drawing cards.
extra cards.
Like,
Yeah. I think I would have held off on turn.
yeah.
But I mean, again, it's not like it's the worst play.
To pay 2.
My guess is he's going to move a pinky next turn. Oh, Sips and Snails. That's a friend.
And 1 for a bathrobe.
And oh. So, which one of them is in the bathrobe, or are they both in the same bathrobe?
This probably has +3 power.
Sure.
So, no. Arguably not.
That's kind of creepy.
Okay. That is the second card I played this turn. Wait, what's this one? Play a card. I think I have to play 3 to get him to turn over.
What's the rating exactly?
When you play a card, if you play at least 2 cards.
No, he only played 2.
Isn't that the same as like how Pile of Presents triggered and that would mean it does flip?
Yeah, he played 2, which flips his main back.
What's the question?
They're discussing if it's 2 or 3.
It's definitely 2.
So he turns over then. All right, I gotta boost
It is definitely 2.
Like the card says 2 for both sides. Yeah. Or for both triggers are 2.
I expected to play Starlight. That would be terrible.
Okay, score base from my problem.
And Ara is
That's a
at,
point and a card.
and a card? Oh, a draw,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's tough call.
I don't know if he actually did draw the card though. I don't think he
It
did.
does look like he forgot to draw the card. Yeah. But he now has all the pink rec he needs to play a main 6. So now Cursed like can't play more friends. So I think you just pay 2, move pinky, right? Confront?
What's a good river?
Pay 2,
Very well. That will exhaust all of my stuff, I believe.
move Grubber to home. Wait.
To flip Grubber.
Oh, to flip Grubber. Oh, okay.
For the next turn, correct?
I just saw it move. I didn't see it flipped.
Does Grubber double exhaust or does he only
Yes,
single exhaust?
Yes.
he
Okay.
double exhausts.
Normally play these
But only things that he exhausts,
With discard.
which was why the thing with him doesn't work.
Okay. Discard this pinky pie. Joy's funny.
The Tempest combo.
Alright, very well. Let's see, I have the start of turn trigger. I'm going to look at top card in my problem deck. Cool. Going to draw a card. I'm ready to go. I got this card. Grandpa's kind of broke my deck when he did that thing. Yeah, I should probably use some tokens on that. Seems like it would be relevant.
Yeah, I was like, wait, is that 3 tokens? No, he's at 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably premature, but I'm going to do it anyway.
You don't really know.
Pay 5 for main 6. And
Is he gonna main
That
6?
main 6.
Yeah, he is.
I mean,
regrettably, I did not confront.
that turns off his bathrobe though.
I like how Cursed just automatically put it all into the discard pile.
Go to remove the
I mean, what else is going to happen?
Not that it matters much at the moment.
Well, he does technically have
Okay.
the 3 power, or had the 3 power over
Yeah.
at the problem, but probably didn't matter. He only had 1 AT left anyway, so.
Yeah.
That's
And
the
I'll-
second time he's forgotten to draw a card, by the way. Wait,
He
is he
didn't
confronting?
confront. He
Not
only
this
got 5
time.
power.
Sorry. He remembered that he forgot to confront the first time.
Forgot to draw.
Same thing. It's not at all the same thing, but
Not
it's the
at all
same thing.
So now Cursed gets to go, well, that's one main 6 down.
I know there's 2.
Yeah,
Well, sorry, in the hand. He doesn't
Yeah.
know that there's only 2 in the deck.
right. He also knows about the Discord. So it's entirely possible to hit Cursed,
Reasonably sure the main 6 did not just hop there.
like, if he has duplicates out or something. So he needs to not play duplicates and not play too many friends. That's
It's
hard.
duplicates to the same problem, right?
No, anywhere.
Each other opposing friend with the same name. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But are you really gonna pay 7 AT for that? Like,
I
In
was
re-
thinking about it.
in
I mean, he has a Discord in play.
the sneaky snake. That's true.
Yeah,
And redeem reduces the cost by 3.
by 3.
Yeah.
Okay,
Re-
Apple Bloom, discarding.
Redeemed might actually be viable if it reduced it by like 4.
Or if the friends just cost 1 less, yes.
Yeah, either one.
Discard Haven Bay, because you can't play Haven Bay. Yeah, that makes sense. Play Big Mac. Eat that bathrobe! That bathrobe that is currently doing nothing. But I mean, you still do it, right?
Well,
Get
he
Big Mac
gets
bigger.
big and
Stop
the
switches mounts from being 6.
the bathrobe's not doing anything. It's
Right
giving
now,
it
it's
power.
doing nothing.
It's giving it power.
No. There's another character there.
What character?
Main 6.
Is it? What is
any
the
character.
only friend? That's terrible.
Oh, belly flop. Wait, what? Oh no, flip? Huh?
No.
How did he play the belly flop? He didn't play the belly flop. They realized he couldn't play the belly flop. Okay, problem solved.
You play 2 cards, discard turns over. And I assume you're going to the resource. Naturally. She gets this +1.
Okay.
Well, now our cat knows about a belly flop, I guess.
Yeah.
And he
Check your rec, yo.
Yeah. So readying some characters, drawing some cards.
How many points is our at now?
1.
1.
It is 1 to 3. 1 to 4, sorry.
1 to 4. Yeah.
Let's pay 2 and play another sneaky snake to your problem.
Sneaky snake number 2.
Sorry. Yes, you have 1.
Okay, I will confront my problem, gain a point. When I confront this problem, I may draw a card, which I will do.
Confront for 1, draw a card.
And pass turn.
You remembered this time.
And he moved up Sneaky Snake. Oh, no, he played Sneaky Snake.
He
Okay.
played a new
I was
one,
like, why
yes.
did he move it up? Because he didn't.
My guess is he didn't want to discard. I don't know how many cards he had in his hand, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually is an interesting play because generally you'd want to save, especially cheap stuff, to be able to flip your main if you needed
Yeah.
it. But at this point, he doesn't, because the only thing it provides is color.
Ara says he was afraid of losing yellow wreck.
Okay. Let's draw some bloom. Discard this other apple bloom.
Buy some apples.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Who said buy some apples? Was it Ara? I think it was Ara that said it.
I don't know.
Play Lily for 1. Not retire anything. This hurts so much.
Playing the Lily.
Lily.
I'm gonna belly flop that with the Discord Sneaky Snake at home. Not like entry.
And belly flop.
Belly flop. Oh. Okay, I guess he was intending to belly flop his Sneaky Snake. So he wanted to have insurance in case his Beaker Hearts left play as well.
Is he gonna belly flop this one too? He can.
Think about that.
He can, yeah. I don't think he wants to though. Like you can't afford to get rid of any. Like, do you belly flop your main 6?
Curse is saying this is all pink entry from the opening hand.
No, I'm gonna belly flop Sips and Snails. I do that.
Sips and Snails, belly flop.
Yeah. Does he play the third one? I would save it.
Very well.
Okay, no, he plays Iron Will.
Oh, that's Iron Will. Okay.
Go ahead.
He is 3 power.
He has 3.
Still not quite enough to confront. But it turns off Sneaky Snake, so he can't just play main 6 here, eat board.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't even have the AT to do that, but yeah.
Well, sure, but it's not an option right now.
Yeah. How many Sneaky Snakes do you have? 3? Yeah.
Okay, play Brian. Which is pretty good since he knows there's a belly flop.
Yeah.
And go up to 3 and draw a card.
Oh, I can actually use that. Okay.
It's also pretty good because he only needed 1 power there. Okay, so 3 to 4. Things are moving along.
Very slowly for this aggro game.
They're both aggro decks with no point acceleration, so there you go.
Well, but they also don't have. It's not even the point acceleration. It's. They're not DFO heavy.
They don't have much speed, yes. Wait, did Ara have day shift?
Gotta go fast. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And still has day shift after the changes.
Yeah. Wait, so Arcat's the one with the Celestia?
I think that's good actually. Scorpius.
So apparently, Ara says that his Celestias were actually being Lunas because they never showed up.
So it was always night shift, is what you're saying?
Yes.
I'm gonna spend 2 to 3. Play a Joyce Pony to my problem. And I have another pink character, so I will draw a card.
Hey, look, card draw.
Card draw.
Scorpius in front.
That's fine.
You play to draw a card from the problem.
4 to
I'm
5.
not going to be playing that card anytime soon. Faster.
How many cards do you have?
I can have 7 cards in hand.
He has 7 cards. So even if Ara draws another bathrobe, he's not going to play it.
No. Not on this position, no. So
I mean, you would if it would get you a nice double confront, even though it's going to go away the next turn. But
so
Snails.
Cursed has 4 friends again. Do you think it's time to try and main 6?
I would wait until there's something dangerous out.
You don't think Iron Will or Apple Bloom count?
Okay, so that's a confront.
Yes, you allow,
Iron Will doesn't. Apple Bloom a little.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Sounds like a good idea, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of flips. Joyce coming.
I think with him being starved on Wreck, it's
Oh.
fine.
So he did double confront.
Yeah, because of Sips's power counters.
Yeah. I was expecting Ara to have another belly flop or something, because this
No,
is not
he got rid of him.
looking good for Ara here.
Ooh, Fruit Bat Roundup. Did Ara have any AT?
Oh, I got discard 3 cards, huh? Okay.
Why is Ara getting rid of? Oh, he's not. Wait, Fruit Bat. Oh, Fruit Bat Roundup. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Secret
Sorry,
Santa.
I thought it was the one that kills everything with 2 or less power, but that would be.
No.
Oh,
No, he had to discard.
Okay, so he got rid of Bathrobe and 2
2 big discords.
2 big discords.
16, 4 up to 7.
So he didn't actually get hurt that much, but
No.
That's a 4 bonus problem? Yeah.
but yeah, so he could main 6 this turn.
And it would be cheaper. I think you play main 6 and then confront. It's a secret.
It's a 2 and 1 on my side.
Though.
Yeah.
Well, if he does, let's see if he remembers to use her ability. Apple Bloom's ability.
So you're out of tokens, right?
To play something else. Yeah, that's fair.
That's gonna be problematic. There's basically only one safe thing. I don't know.
But yeah, I think. Well, I mean, you might not want to because he did just discard 3 cards.
To play anything else or to main 6?
He discarded 3 cards to.
Yeah, I know, but he might not want to what?
He might, yeah, because he might not want to use Apple Bloom because then he would discard a card.
Oh, discard a card. Yeah.
Oh, did he do that at end? Oh no, he did this on his turn. Yeah. Okay. That would have
Okay,
been
so
great to have done it on Cursed's turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
'cause
I mean,
then he
still,
would
that
get-
was 1 AT for 4 power. That's not bad. And he can draw more later. I'm surprised he didn't just double though.
Yeah.
Or
Apparently
says there's a
there's-
reason.
for that. We'll see.
I have to assume you're playing something. I mean, general rule, always assume
And then
you're playing something.
Cursed.
I have to assume you're playing something specific. Leaving yourself the definition to
That was great. So
So what's Cursed at? 10?
yeah, Cursed, yeah, because you have muted. Cursed was like, I assume you're planning something, and he's like, yeah, you should always assume people are planning something, but something specific.
I mean, I assume that's meta. It's not, but it's clearly.
You would not have gotten away with that.
Okay.
But I wanted you to add Brazies.
No, you should have played okay.
Wait a second, is Pinky eccentric?
No, Pinky is AC.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's probably a Pinky and Skystar.
To the move cover, to the hands.
Very well.
Pinky
No,
and
those got
Sky
removed.
Star- Yeah, they did get removed.
Oh right, they got removed for more discords. At least you replaced it with a hasty friend.
He immediately removed Lemon Heart so that there wouldn't be a face. Oh, so he wanted to force a single face off. Okay,
Gain 4 up to 8.
sure.
Yep.
Which is okay.
And now comes the hammer. Pay 4, remain 6, and eat all your things.
Okay,
Bye.
And 6 this turn.
Board go by.
Now, as a matter of course, I might have considered going back
Board,
on
yeah.
Well, I wasn't expecting that play. But lesson learned, yes.
So he still has 18. I would think you move up confront.
Yeah, it's double here.
Let's pay 2.
He's behind, so. Oh, that is not how I expected this to go.
That's the second thing I played this turn. Discord.
Oh, okay, I guess it flips his main. That's fair.
But he doesn't need to flip Discord.
Yeah, I.
Alright, so base. Confront and pass.
Oh, just a single confront. I guess he wants to see what cards are before he DFOs.
We're gonna draw.
Or at least one problem. I don't know.
Oh, my bad. Very well.
Yes, yes, you do generally draw at the beginning of your turn.
Typically. Cursed's in top
Oh.
deck mode.
But why?
Because he has no friends.
Yeah, but, I don't know what the state of his hand, or how many cards he had in hand.
6. Draw a card.
Looks like that was past turn.
And Cursed is at 10 points, right?
It looks like 10 to me. I'm counting 5 black lines there.
Discord Don Cucko.
Yeah.
Just because I want this stupid thing.
Looks like 10 to me as well.
I expect that was one of Grandpa's cards.
It might have been, yes.
Ooh.
Still not going for the DFO.
Discord hit the table.
Good for me.
I'm also surprised he would pay 3 for that rather than just move something from home.
But did he need that to confront? No?
No. I guess it did only cost 2. That's right. It did only cost 2.
Think of it.
Maybe this.
Har, 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 har.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that's the concern I was having here. Well, you kids and your board wipes. Was whenever that hits the ground, no, the
Yeah.
board.
So do you keep main 6 or do you keep yellow?
Okay, that is not a dismiss.
Unfortunately, Brian doesn't save anything here. He is keeping-
Why? Is it because?
It's retire. Brian
Yeah.
doesn't save retires.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna keep the main
He kept a main 6.
So either he has yellow entry in hand, or
You got it.
thinks that the
The 5
Five
power is more
powers.
relevant. Yeah.
more relevant. Yeah.
This is what I want to do another fruit bat run up.
You know what? Okay, I want to look at the top card of your problem.
So are we going to see main plus 5 power friend versus main plus 5 power friend? Oh god, I can't see that. The glare is something awful.
Somehow Ara saw it.
You're not going to know what it is.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright, I will draw a card for turn.
I don't know how Ara knew what that card was.
No idea.
Apparently, it was a tough call.
Sure. Let's pay 1 for another choice pony on my problem. Hey, look, I've got some pink friends. I'm going to draw a card.
Draw a card for 180. That's pretty good.
I actually need that.
Well, and get to power the problem.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
Draw a card for 180 is
Power, your problem.
pretty much baseline.
2 more.
Yeah, that's the joke.
Okay, lemon hearts. Yeah, good problem.
So he played a.
Okay, so that's a DFO. But he's only up by 3, so he could lose.
Confront, confront.
This card is failed.
Bail out.
Alright, main 6 is.
So, oh, he didn't even go for. See, I would have, if I was cursed, I would have let the single happen because you were up a point.
Confront your problem. Get pointed.
Up a
Actually,
power.
yeah, a power. I would have let the DFO happen. No, yeah, just a single. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no high bonuses, so
Yeah.
So I wouldn't let the double through, but the single maybe.
Yeah, I think I would have let the single through to just try and confront. Well, I guess
he
he's trying to
should've-
DFO here.
Yeah, he should have had Lily eat. Can Lily only eat things at home?
Wow. Bye, Lily. No, Lily can eat anything,
Right now.
Okay.
but Lily is gone, so it doesn't matter.
Did
Yes.
did he just belly flop main 6
Yes.
into?
Main 6
Okay.
is dead card for 2 turns, so.
Yeah. And R is at 9 or something.
I think this is okay. Surface.
Looks like 8.
12.
Okay, so Cursed's at 12.
I'm going to have my
Yes.
problem deck.
So,
Why did I put this problem in here again?
just looking at the problem.
Oh, whatever.
Can't replace it, but you can see what it is.
Draw a card for turn. I mean, that's okay too.
That would be amazing if Discord could, at the start of your turn, replace a problem.
Yeah. I'm sure there wouldn't have been any combo decks that used that.
I need answers. What?
I have
Well,
answers.
I need answers now, so every turn. Oh, is it that problem yet? No. Oh, you have a troublemaker? That would be terrible.
Yeah, it would be kind of busted. Hey, Steps and Snails.
Mission Impossible would have actually worked.
So he's going for the double.
He's going for the double again.
And Cursed still has one bailout either in hand or deck.
He's thinking about this. Okay, you let it through. So R1, unless Cursed does something tricksy.
It would need to be quite a bit of Trixie, I believe.
Yeah,
Okay, so now Ara is at 11.
at 11. So
He's
still down a
by
point.
1. But he does know what they are. Ooh.
Yeah. So now there are 4 points on the board. So whoever
so
TFOs first wins.
Yeah. Now, not having
Main 6.
main 6 makes this a
Yeah.
lot harder.
When this problem is solved, you may look at the top card of your problem deck and put it on the top or bottom of that deck.
Reading the ability.
It is a useless ability because it triggers unsolved. I mean, unless there's a single problem face-off. But that would be very bad for R, I believe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's possible someone DFOs and the other person wins the face-off. Keep in mind.
You know how rarely that happens?
It happens.
It does.
So Ara is out of belly flops, and Cursed only has one bailout and no pink entry, so can't even confront his own problem yet. But he just says, "Oh, he says you're out of belly flops. I'm going to play this pink friend." What are you going to do with it, though?
Do you have a food fight or something?
Food fight. Food fight doesn't do anything.
I know.
Oh, there's a belly flop. You take get rid of the yellow. Yeah. Okay. This is looking good for Cursed all of a sudden.
Yeah, this is. Now Ara is at 10 AT, I believe.
Yes, but he only has 6 power on the board. He might just use that Steps and Sails just to force Cursed to move things again.
Yeah, but he can't Snips and Sails Cursed's problem because he needs
only has
that 2 bonus.
6 power on the board. Yeah. Cursed needs 2 points to win, so.
And I believe Ara has not seen any kind pony, or we have not seen any kind ponies yet.
No.
So I think there's still 5 entry that or sorry, 7 entry that we haven't seen.
He played a Sun Shower and that's it.
And a Discord. Gone.
Oh, right, the Cuckoo. Yeah.
Cuckoo. Cuckoo. Cuckoo.
I have that one hope here. It's not very good hope, but it's still got one. Okay. I'm going to pay 2 to transform Pinky to your problem.
Okay.
Well,
So that's a good start. Is he gonna
To play Joyous Pony back to my problem. It is the second card I played this turn, Discord Flips. And I got pink characters, so I draw a card.
okay,
1
okay. Makes sense, because, he wants to put one of his 3s at the 7 there. If he has a Snips and Snails in his hand, he can DFO.
apparently he drew a going or gone Cuckoo.
But yeah, if he has a Snips and Snails, he can play it to hit to a Cursed's problem, then move both of his 3 power friends to The bridge. Oh, no, the bridge is 6? The bridge is 6.
I think I have exactly one option left, which is pay.
So he's-
Discord pay 2 moves up to 6.
Oh, I guess he...
To your
Yeah. He needed any 2-cost friend.
my problem. Okay, where's the mark?
Okay, so he's going for
How
a single problem
many-
face off.
I could have done it if the card I drew up.
Oh yeah, so he just didn't have it to.
A 2-cost friend.
Yeah.
That's all he needed.
Is that my problem?
Face off.
Face off.
8 versus 8.
8 versus 8.
Okay.
Yeah, and I
Oh,
don't.
that's a flipping a 4.
Yeah.
So he won that face off. Okay. So he's
But I-
still in this.
But he has no. He already knows what the top is, doesn't he? No, because he double whatever.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh, that's fine.
That is a 10.
And you thought it
Okay,
had no
so
10s.
yeah. Okay, so it is a 10. But which
Back to.
is relevant actually. Cursed can't double here. I think Cursed's at like 13 now or something.
They're both at 13 points.
Yeah.
So if Cursed confronts this turn, then
Oh.
Aura tries to single problem for
Yeah.
the win.
Yeah. That is.
If Cursed doesn't confront this turn, Aura has to try to DFO. Or double confront for the win.
Yeah. So that's just the.
Okay.
So I think what you do if you're Cursed here is you do nothing.
That's terrible, but yeah.
Ah, that does happen.
No, he's okay. He's drawn. Is he confronting yet? I don't believe so. He has
He
6
is
power?
confronting.
Okay,
yes.
so he has 6
That's
power.
exactly 6.
Okay.
So but he has 2 left. So what you do is you move Applejack there. So now you're up to 11 power.
Or he has
A bailout,
or belly
a
flop.
belly flop. Yeah.
Draw a card and score a point.
Okay, he's banking. He probably has belly flop here.
Let's see.
Yeah, he has to.
Okay. So he has to. Right. Oh my God, are we going to see belly flop Catajack for the win?
I would like to look at the. You have like one back. Yes. Okay. I would like to look at the-
Maybe.
Because when you're Aura here with 7 AT,
The top of his problem deck doesn't matter. Ara.
yeah, no, the top of the problem does not matter.
It's problematic. Okay, I will draw a card for turn. Oh. Well, if I would have drawn you last turn.
If it, well, no, he
No,
could
that is
Simpson
not
snails it.
problematic.
He could
Oh.
Simpson snails it. But you can't Simpson snails it at this point. Like you have to single
Yeah,
problem
'cause
confront for the
he-
win.
Yeah.
Or if he's
because
lucky,
he has the 2 banked. So.
Yeah. yeah, you just have to pile everything there, as much as there as you can.
How many points are you at?
14.
Okay, do or die then. All right.
Oh, but if he belly flops, oh,
How much do you?
belly flop to stop the face off.
Let's pay
Only if
2. Play a.
not if he overcommits.
Card.
No matter what. You belly
Oh,
flop, get
your
rid of
own
your own
thing.
friend
Yeah.
to let Aura score 1 point and not win.
That's spicy.
I'll play just one
I think that's the play we're going to see here. That's my prediction.
Yeah. The end of game tricks you play, like the goal is not to get as many points as possible, it's to get to 15.
Exactly.
Give us a heart line, there's a break. Let's pay 2 for a Fluttershy. And let's pay.
Huh?
Sorry, do you have a target for Fluttershy? No, you don't have yellow.
I do not have any yellow friends in fight.
Thank you.
Actually, hold on. Put that over there. Hold on. What do I do with you? This matters. Does it?
No, it doesn't.
I don't think it does.
I don't actually know what's in his hand, so I can't say that. But
Pay 1 for Brian. And pay 2 for Erlenmeyer.
I mean, so he is confronting. Oh, Brian, but that's still not gonna. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Surface.
Cool. So he is, I believe, over confronting, but let's see if he does the trick. He is.
Sorry.
Yep, there we go. No face off.
Yeah.
Good game. I'm gonna call it right there. You got it next turn.
And Aura
Yeah. Ara calls it.
concedes because yeah, that's the game.
Okay, question, Aura.
Yes.
What's your next problem?
Secret Jet Reclamation.
Good on Cursed for seeing that. That's a high level play.
I didn't remove bean switches, that's right.
What I had to cost 3 was Discord.
Oh, okay.
The next card down was a Pinky Joyce Pony. If I had that, I would close the game last turn. Variance Yell.
The variance, yeah.
Sure, there's the Day Shift.
Which never came up all game.
Nope. And there's another Day Shift. And there's, yeah. Hey, look, there's all my cool yellow stuff. Okay, I guess I call that a shuffle. No shenanigans. Good game.
Cursed
Cursed
says that
said-
he
yeah.
saw it as he was playing the belly flop.
Ooh,
Yeah, that could have. Yeah.
No pink. But it's all ended up being useful again.
I was kind of looking at that and going, well, I can remove one. Okay,
Well,
I was
the
looking at
point
the
is you
first
saw
half of
the game-winning move.
But that was a very close game.
Because I didn't have other Discords on the field and they still cost entirely too much.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
Cursed recovered from 2 main 6s eating his entire board. That is impressive.
But it wasn't main 6 party hard.
That is true.
No, but it's still, you have no board.
So, how did you two feel about that game?
That was shenanigans. I really wish those weren't the Discord entry friends. I don't like those things. I really
Oh
don't.
yeah, they're terrible.
If that was a Coco, you would have won that game.
If that was literally any other 2-power friend, I would have had the game right there, yes.
Mhm.
That was some close play there.
Yeah,
So
I'm-
what you're saying is Grandpa's won this game.
yeah. Probably. I mean, to be fair, I did play the bathrobe, so I can't, like, really complain.
Sure, that's fair.
You confronted with them.
It could-
You also played the cuckoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it drained him an AT, it drained him an extra AT that he could have used to play the other one later.
Yeah, that earlier play was probably not the correct answer there.
Yeah, I think that was one of the ones that we were questioning.
Yeah. For good reason, too.
So, I just want to know why you didn't just complete Lucksack like Cheese did. Like, I mean, come on.
What? What? You mean having 2 entry or whatever it was?
Yeah, when you had 5 entry, and then you start the game with like 2 Factory Jacks and a Paper Twilight, and you get 5
That
of them
was
out before the end of the
amazing.
game.
That was amazing.
I think it would be largely because I wasn't playing those colors. Just the thought.
And no Celestias. Like, neither of you saw your core aggro card. You didn't see Celestia, and Cursed didn't see Zap Apples.
I flipped one.
Yeah. And both of those would have made this game go by so much faster.
We're sitting here playing control decks. It's a control deck. It's a control deck.
That really was a control game. With weird control.
Very unusual control, but that's Blitz for you.
Yes.
It's people building stuff that I did not think that through quite as thoroughly as I probably should have, and I'm reasonably certain Cursed will say the same.
Yeah, both. Well, both of you guys named pretty obvious cards that didn't even cross my mind doing the build. So, yeah.
Whoops.
You
Which
want I named
cards?
cards?
Well, what's her name? Crystal Games Applejack.
Oh, Carbo Loader?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was pretty surprised not to see her. Yeah.
Well, like in an aggro deck, she was a 3 for 4, I guess.
She's a 3 for 4 that wins face-offs. Like,
Yeah.
especially since he thought that RO was going to play Starlight, so it helps you beat the troublemakers.
Yeah.
Well, Starlight's not necessarily a control deck. She's versatile.
Fair. I'm pretty sure that if Ara had picked a purple main, he would have tried to play control, though.
Inara doesn't really play control.
I don't like to play control. That doesn't mean I don't, or that I'm not at least decent at it, but I'm not bugle level at it, certainly.
I kind of remember 16, you played Control at Gen Con.
That doesn't count.
That was combo.
We played combo.
That was the controliest deck ever.
It was control-y, yes. It wasn't Blitz combo, but it was combo. But anyway, that's something completely different.
That was shenanigans, and there's a reason why we can't have nice things. Not that any of those cards were nice things, but yes,
So-
that was tant abuse.
So did you make that Harmony, Cursed, just so you could pick that Discord?
Yes.
Why didn't you pick the yellow Discord?
Oh, that's well because I have a thorax. It has to be three different colors.
Oh, it had to be 3 different colors.
Because he is sitting there deliberately and intentionally. Like I said, if he could have picked 4 mains,
You would have had Trixie.
He still couldn't have done it.
he would have sat there.
Because there's no non-purple Trixies.
Yeah. Well, not as a main.
Yeah, I debated Trixie versus Starlight for a while actually,
The,
and I thought that I was being generous by giving you Starlight instead of Trixie.
the dumb thing there is I might have actually thought about Trixie a little bit harder than Starlight, because I do not like Starlight builds. I don't like Trixie builds that much either, but I also have seen a couple of decent ones. So, no, that was basically just looking at the mains and going, well, I can build Thorax, but I'm going to take a meta hit, or I can go Discord.
So honestly, I'm surprised that upon seeing his mains, you didn't go give him fine. Here's a blue Luna, here's an orange Luna, here's a purple Luna.
I don't
I mean,
want to.
he gave me Celestia. What
I did
more
give
is
him
there to ask for?
And the main choices are, of course, secret until they're both revealed simultaneously. So
Yes.
there's no
Oh, right, yeah, you didn't see his. That's right.
correct. If he's going to give me, like, actually, all of those would basically be terrible because I'd just be looking at him and going, I can't not build a meta deck with these. They just can't be done. Anyway, I think that about wraps it up for today.
You needed to give him more Crystal Games mains.
No.
No, that's for super serious Blitz.
No, I think there is a gentleman's agreement here to not give each other just like terrible mains, because I was eyeballing Cadence and I'm just like, no, that's not. No, I'm not that.
I think
cool.
I picked Cadence.
You did.
Well, yeah, Cadence is useful as a strategic pick for implementing the I know you're not going to pick that main kind of thing.
Premier Pinky, Premier Rarity, Premier Applejack.
Hey, Premier Rarity's fine.
No, she's not. You.
Oh yeah,
Teamwork-
we changed the rules. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
She's real hard to flip right now.
Yeah. Sure. I'll run Premier Rarity. Can we use the old rules where we first confront?
Sure, but only for Rarity.
I'm fine with this. Sure, I'll take an Inspired. Why not?
The first time this card first confronts during a game.
Oh
Okay.
Okay. Shall we wrap it up then?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, that about wraps it up. We'd like to give a big shout out to all of our patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much for your regular support. If you aren't currently a patron and you enjoy what we do, please consider donating. Donating will get you awesome rewards like the ability to vote on polls and determine what future videos we produce, a chance to share your own deck creations to be reviewed live as we did today, and even the ability to challenge members of SAM or other patrons to feature duels using some wacky rules. Again, like we did today.
I'm open to any Blitz challengers.
You heard it here first. Come on, come all. Cursed wants to take you on. Blitz is a fun format, isn't it?
It's like 3 games in 1.
At least.
When it takes 90 minutes.
On multiple levels. If you have comments or questions you'd like to send our way, or if you're just interested in hearing about what we're working on for the future, there are many ways you can stay in contact. We have our Patreon, as mentioned previously, but we also have a Facebook page, facebook.com/commentariasmagic. We're on Twitter as @sim_ccg. You can email us at commentariasmagicteam@gmail.com, and patrons at the $5 a month level or higher get access to our Slack channel, where you can chat with us live anytime, any day, basically whenever, because our sleep schedules are seriously messed up. Oh great, where'd my mouse go? I'm having computer issues.
Press Control 5,000 times.
Nah. Okay, there we go. If you're looking to watch any of our previous videos, including tournament recordings, you can find them on our YouTube channel, which is linked in the chat and the sidebar. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We would really, really like a channel URL that you don't have to write down on a piece of paper in order to remember. Thank you. With all that being said, thank you to each and every one of our viewers, both here now and watching this recording later. We are, as always, Commentary is Magic. Grandpa's unfortunately had to run off due to some things, but I am totally not Grandpa's.
I'm Emperor View.
Big cheese.
I'm 3 Resource Dismissals Mandatory, otherwise known as Arcat, and special guest who has stuck with us this whole time.
Couldn't resist that commentary. First, of course.
And we'll see you at Babs.
And we will see
Yeah,
you at
I'm gonna be
Babs.
there.
And I will see you all a week from now if you can't make it to Babs, if you're on stream. Right here, starting Friday afternoon, I think. Something like that.
It depends on what time zone you're in, but yeah. Keep an eye up, check the Babs schedule, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll get some good games and good commentary and good streams.
I might keep a running counter of how many unicorn tokens we see on stream.
The unicorn tokens. Now, are you only going to count actual, like, Sweetie Belle tokens or anything representing a unicorn?
No, just anything.
Why unicorns and not snakes?
New meta.
Primarily
You
because...
think no one's playing yellow?
So I think he's going to have a much better time with the SNEC counter for Everfree. But then again, I believe you're going to be there for Everfree, won't you?
I will be there forever free, yes.
Yeah. Anyway. Good night, everybody. Really? I'm the only one who's going to say anything? Making me sad. Making everyone else sad.
I already said see you at Babs.
All right, fine. Bye-bye.